Hey everyone, welcome to Shima Flow Yoga. I'm Jody, and today we are celebrating love and more importantly, self-love with our yoga practice. We are doing a half Vinyasa, half Yin practice to energize, to relax, and to create the ultimate balance. So in our practice today, we're going to be using some yoga blocks and a bolster, which I'm sitting on here. It's not imperative that you have these props, but if you have them, wonderful. And if you don't have a bolster, a cushion from a couch or a folded up blanket will do just fine. So grab your yoga mat and let's find your happy place. Okay, so we're going to get started in a seated position, and I've placed a couple blocks at the top of the mat. I've got a bolster to my side as well. We're going to be using both of these in this practice. You don't have to use them, but it will be nice to support yourself as you move through this practice and show yourself some self-love. So let's get started in a seated position. We're going to close our eyes, rest your hands comfortably on your lap, and take a moment to simply check in with your breath as you breathe in and out of your nose. And starting to notice whatever it is you notice about this moment. You know, most of the time you spend is with yourself, not with anybody else. So the tone, right, of your thoughts, what you're thinking, plays a huge part in how you feel about yourself. So repeat this mantra to yourself. I can choose positive thoughts and select those that are uplifting and encouraging. I can choose positive thoughts and select those that are uplifting and encouraging. Okay, slowly begin to open your eyes. We're going to make our way into a tabletop position. So onto your hands and knees. When you come to your hands and knees, just make sure your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. You spread your fingers nice and wide, knees under the hips. And then just kind of take a moment to shift your weight from one hand to the other to kind of move your body, right? Getting into just what you're feeling physically. And again, as you spread your fingers, you're going to press into both hands now and then start to push away as you lift your chest, your chin and your gaze up. Lift your tailbone as well. We're going to come into cow pose, start to feel compression through your back and your spine. And then round the back, press away again through the hands. Arms stay straight, drop your head and take your chin towards your chest as you come into cat pose. Okay, and inhale. Let's come back to cow pose. Lift your chest, lift your chin, your gaze, your tailbone. Keep pulling that belly in. And then exhale, back to cat. Okay, inhale. Again, lift the chest. We'll just pick up the pace just a little bit. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. Inhale, back up to cow pose. Lift the heart, the tailbone, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your knees, your hips. Downward facing dog. You're going to push through the hands. You might want to keep the knees bent and then slowly start to straighten out those legs. Good. Melt your chest down a little bit deeper. Feel that stretch. Tailbone lifts high, heels press deep. And then slowly lower back down. Knees come down. Lift your heart into your cow pose. And exhale, round into cat. Inhale again, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips slowly. As you lift slowly, you can really start to feel the core center start to engage, right? Working through that core. Inhale, slowly, again, lower the knees down. Lift the heart. Exhale, round your back into cat pose, press away. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lift the knees, lift the hips, feel the core strength, press the heels down. Let's do that one more time. Slowly lower, inhale, lift your heart. Feel the weight in your hands as you lower down, strengthening upper body. Exhale, round, cat pose, navel to spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward dog, lifting up. Okay, we're gonna hold our downward facing dog now. So press through the hands as the heart melts down towards your thighs. Lift your hips. Press your heels, maybe alternating right here. And then we're going to take that right leg up towards the sky. So inhale, lift your right leg up nice and high, open up through your hip. And exhale, step the right foot between the hands. We're going to drop the back knee down on the mat and untuck your toes. Inhale, slowly lift your arms up towards the sky, gaze up. Open up through your heart center. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Okay, interlace your fingers. We're going to roll the shoulders back, lift up through the heart, gaze up, lean back. Good. Let's take just a couple breaths right here as you feel this openness through the chest. Right, allowing that heart light, that emerald green heart light to shine through. Take one more breath in. And then exhale. We're going to start to shift back. Straighten your front leg. Okay, you can either come halfway down right here. You're going to lower your chest down, or you can sit all the way back onto your foot and fold forward. Now drop the head down, forehead, nose towards your thigh, towards your knee or shin. Good. See if you can pull yourself in just a little bit deeper, moving your heart towards your foot, lowering your chest down. Try flexing the foot. Ooh, that brings a lot of intensity, at least for me, into my calf muscle. Press the back of the knee down. Getting a little bit deeper here. Good. Now we're going to slowly start to come up. So take your hands to your sides. Give yourself a little push. We're going to walk the hands forward. And I have my block set up right here in front of me. So 2 hands down. Stand up on that right foot. Lift your left leg up. Take your block under your right hand. Just slide it in here. Okay. And then slowly start to lift up. So you're going to press away. Straighten that right arm. Lift up a little higher. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Okay. And then we're going to open up. Left hip comes over the right hip. Left shoulder over the right shoulder, reach the left arm up. It is challenging sometimes to find this balance, but engage through your thighs, through your belly, and lift and lengthen, and that is the key to holding balance in this pose. It's called Halfmoon Pose, opening our heart, opening the front body. Good. Take one more breath in. And then slowly lower that left hand back down, okay? So you lower the left hand down, you're gonna bend your right knee, step your left leg back, and then you can bring that left hand a little bit closer to the inside to your right foot, and let's twist open to the other way now. We're gonna open up our hearts in Dragonfly Twist, okay? So left hand or left shoulder or wrist under the left shoulder is under the right shoulder under the right wrist. So you see one long line from fingertip to fingertip. You can drop your back knee here if you want to. Start to lift up a little bit more through those fingertips. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Shine your heart light towards the sky. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release the right hand down. We're going to step back into plank position. Okay, so stepping back, body's nice and strong. Spin the inside of your elbows forward, shift your shoulders an inch forward in front of your elbows or your wrists, and then knees up or down, you're gonna bend your elbows. Keep your gaze forward, hug them in, untuck the toes, straighten the arms, lift the heart, upward facing dog, exhale. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Exhale, big step between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Now, normally I put my right finger on top. I'm going to switch. Left finger comes on top. Roll the shoulders back. Knuckles move down towards the floor. Lift up through the heart. Now, as you sink your hips down, notice that nice stretch you feel in the front of the right thigh, the right hip. It's all about awareness here and how you're feeling in the pose. Good. Never forcing, but challenging yourself. One more inhale. Exhale. Start to shift back. As you shift your hips back, straighten your front leg. Coming halfway down. Now we're focusing on the hamstring, right? Belly towards the thigh, or sit all the way back into this forward bend. Relax your head down. Good. Lengthen your heart forward. Draw the chest down a little bit more. Feels so good and energizing. All right, we're going to start to come out and walk it back forward. So back onto two hands, right? Lift the back leg up. I'm going to put that right block back. Bring the left block in. Lift up nice and high. Okay, right hand to the right hip. Let's start to open up our body. Now to the right. As you lift up, squeeze your thighs. Pull your belly in and then float that right arm up. And if you wobble, if you fall, it's okay. That's all part of the journey. Good. Opening up, coming back to your breath. Whoops. All right. One more breath in. I almost made it. Okay, I'm going to release the right hand down and step that right leg back. Dragonfly Twist. Okay, so the right hand comes down. We're going to twist open to the left. Stretch your left arm up. Good. And then kind of lift up and open up through your chest. Lean back. Feel. Breathe. Notice. You can drop your back knee down if you want to, right? You can lean back and open back a little bit if that feels good, right? Exploration, that is the key. Lift up out of that lower hand, that right hand. Keep that belly strong. Good. Take one more breath in and then slowly release down. We're going to step back into that plank position, right? Spin the elbows forward, gaze forward, shift forward an inch, elbows bend halfway or all the way. Untuck your toes, lift your chest, and then exhale. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Hold your downward facing dog. All right, we're going to pick up the pace here and move through that sequence again. So let's inhale, moving with the breath. Right leg lifts up. Exhale, step through to the hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift up and open. Exhale, sit back and fold over that front leg. Inhale, walk it forward. It's okay if you can't grab that block. Halfmoon Pose. We're reaching up and lengthening. Exhale, Dragonfly Twist. Take the right leg down. Float the right arm up. Good. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, take it up. Step through. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, clasp your hands, opposite finger on top. Inhale, lift up, look up. Sink your hips. Exhale, sit back and fold. Inhale, walk it forward, Halfmoon Pose. Again, with or without that block. Slowly, but with control, right? And then exhale, Dragonfly Twist, lower down. Step back. You can drop that back knee if you want. Left arm reaches. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. How about one more time? Get that heat building, right leg up. Step through, drop the knee. You can keep the knee up if you want to. A little more challenge. Arms up. Clasp the hands. Lean back, lift. Good, now drop the knee and sit back. Walk it forward, Halfmoon Pose. Take the hand down, reach that left arm up. Engage the muscles. Don't worry about being perfectly balanced here. Take it back, Dragonfly Twist. Left hand down, sweep your right arm up. Inhale, step back to plank pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, you guys, left leg, take it up. Exhale, step through. Drop the knee or keep it up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, clasp, opposite finger on top. Inhale, lift up and open. Exhale, drop the knee, sit back. Inhale, walk it forward. All right, left hand down, right arm up, open up through the body, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, Dragonfly Twist, step back. Good. Inhale, step back into your plank position. Exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana, look forward, inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew, all right. Well, that was a great way to energize the body. Right, so we move through this practice, Vinyasa, active moving. We're going to take ourselves into some yin to slow it down and create balance, right? So part of showing love for yourself is creating balance in your life. Okay, let's drop down onto the knees, sit back, and come to a seated position. All right, so as we move into our yin portion of the class, I'm going to use the bolster. Okay, so this bolster I have, it's kind of a round bolster, maybe 10 to 12 inches in diameter. Pretty solid, pretty firm. If you don't have a bolster, it's okay. Grab a cushion, a seat, couch cushion. Couch cushion works really well because it supports your body. Okay, so grab whatever you can to support yourself. What also works really well is a blanket. You fold it up and it gets really. It's a nice firm support for your body. So we're going to come into what's called deer pose. So I'm going to start in this cross-legged position. My right leg is forward, okay, and I'm going to bring my left leg behind me, just like this. You can play with the distance of your heel to hip, so closer in, further away, you decide. We're going to start by sitting up nice and tall, and then just twisting over to the right for a moment. And notice how that feels in the back. For me, this is my favorite part of coming into deer pose, is just feeling this awesome twist and that sensation in the back. So I'm going to spin the bolster lengthwise and start to turn a little bit more towards the right corner of the room, and I'm going to lower my chest down onto the bolster and then relax down. And again, you can kind of play with this left foot once you come into this position. You want to draw it in a little bit closer and then walk your knee out a little bit. For me, this gives me a lot more sensation through my hips and my back. So you play with it to see what works best for you. And then relax all the way down. Come to your breath. And we're taking this time really just to notice how we're feeling in our body. So if you're taking this body scan, noticing if you're holding on to any tension or tightness in your body, start to let it go. Again, yoga is about relaxing as much as possible. This pose is really great for creating that twisting element, right, through the spine and then opening up through the heart. Okay, we're going to slowly start to release out. So very gently place your hands on the floor, on the mat, and very gently press yourself back up. Okay, we're going to slowly come back into that seated position. That felt good. I could stay there a lot longer. And the left foot's coming forward, the left leg's coming in front. I'm going to switch the bolster over to the other side. Right foot coming behind. Sit up tall. We're going to turn and twist over to the left first. Just feel that in the spine. And then start to lower yourself down onto the mat. Okay. And again, playing with this, I'm going to shift a little bit more towards the back. And you can play with moving your heel again closer or farther away from your hip, and also taking your knee and moving it more towards the right a little bit to intensify the sensation. And start to relax a little bit more, finding heaviness in your body. And relax a little bit more. I like this side. I can smell the essential oils coming out of my diffuser. Today I've got bergamot diffusing. It's a balancing type of essential oil. So while it is relaxing, it's also very uplifting at the same time, and it has a very beautiful citrus scent to it. See if you can relax just a little bit deeper. Okay, we're going to slowly start to release out. Again, always use your hands for support, to push you up, to support yourself, moving slowly out of your posture. And then we're going to come into a seated position. So as you come into this seated position with your legs extended straight out in front of you, and we're going to take our bolster and place it right down the center of the mat. So you might want to place it to the between the legs, or you can place it on top of your thighs depending on your flexibility and where you're at. But we're going to come into this pose called caterpillar. It's a forward fold. So we're going to inhale and reach the arms up, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, just fold right down the center. I'm going to relax my chest, my head. I take my hands underneath my head just for a little bit more support. What you can also do, guys, if you have your block handy, you can place your block underneath the bolster, and see how this kind of gives you a little angle right here, and this feels good for support too. So we're just going to relax all the way back, or forward I should say, and including your arms and hands, just let it relax. Turn your palms up, fingers. Good, opening up the back of the body, the spine, glutes, your hamstrings. And then as we fold forward, we're supporting our heart. And start to relax just a little bit deeper. And keep in mind, as you hold these poses for longer periods of time, right, you start to create more space through the body. So you can start to take away some of these props, right? So I'll take the block away, and this is going to allow me to sink a little bit deeper. to slowly start to release out. Just drawing yourself up nice and easy, supporting yourself however you need to as you come up. All right, and then we're going to take our bolster and we're going to put it behind us now, okay? So this is optional, right? This bolster that I'm using is optional throughout this entire practice, but this is really going to feel good as we move into now our final relaxation of supporting our back and opening our heart. So you're just going to slide the bolster all the way up to your lower back and slowly come into this reclined position. As you lean back, relax your arms to your sides. Take as much time as you need to settle into this position, and then come to stillness and to your breath. Okay, so we're going to slowly come out. If you want to stay longer, press the pause button, stay here as long as you need to. Otherwise, we're going to just start to move the fingers, move the toes, the ankles, the wrists. And then very slowly begin to bend your knees and roll over to either your right or left side as you bring yourself up into a seated position. So keep your eyes closed here as you draw yourself up. And bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment again to check in. Knowing you have expressed an abundance of self-love for yourself as you went through this yoga practice today. Let's take a deep breath in together, reach the arms up above the head. And then exhale, pull the hands back to the heart. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned on Wednesday when we bring you a very delicious smoothie as we move into our month of love, the month of February. First, of course, cultivating self-love for ourselves, which we did today through this yoga practice, and we will continue to do so for the rest of the month. So if you like the video, press the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you soon. Namaste.